I'm just too anxious.
You gave her the answer.
Well, jobs are good.
Yeah, there you go.
I would like to talk a little bit about what it's like being a working parent. And back again in my early 20s, I was a working single mother. And the only thing worse than trying to find childcare is trying to find something to do with your child when they wake up in the morning and they say, "Mommy, I'm sick." It's very difficult the first 5 years when you're a working parent to have children and to bring them to childcare. If you're in a perfect world, mom or dad would stay home with those children until they're ready to go to kindergarten. But we don't live in that reality now. You know, we have so many double income homes where both of those parents have to work just to make expenses. And that is where those children are going to either be going to private residences for childcare or a childcare center or whatever the case is. When I was young, when I worked full-time and when I went to school, I did get some assistance for about a year with childcare. I tell you what, that was an enormous help for me until I got out of school, and it made a big difference in my life. We need to have that assistance available to those young single mothers who need it. It's critical if we want those women to have a good future, to provide the assistance so they can get out of school, so they can get a good job, and so they can move forward with their lives. There are a couple of other things that I believe that we can do at the government level. I think one thing, when we look at early childhood education, we talk a lot about pre-kindergarten. A lot of 4-year-olds are ready to go to school all day. We should be funding pre-kindergarten for those 4-year-olds. That takes a year off of the parents' burden if those kids are already going to school at 4. Plus it gives them a head start on kindergarten, again, for those children who are ready for it. Another thing we can do is adequate tax credits for parents. When you compare Colorado's tax credits for children versus the rest of the nation, we could do a much better job in giving working parents credits to help pay for that child care burden. There's a very fine line for a working mother often when it's, this is what I'm going to make and this is how much I'm going to spend on daycare. And sometimes there's just that much of a difference, and those women need to go to work to pay their bills. And I would like to see it a little more equitable until those kids go to school so that the women can continue to work if they need to. Thank you.
Senator Lumberg.